Hello YouTube friends and welcome to my channel. In this video I have an unboxing and first look of the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 in Micarta. Finally after 10-11 months it finally got released, and I was able to get my hands on one of these, so I'm really excited to share my so experience and first look of on the knife. So firstly, the model number is C81MPCW2. This is the Paramilitary 2 with the CRU-WEAR steel. Inside the box we have the knife, silica packet, and then we have here also a sticker. Information is warning you that this is a high carbon steel. And of course we have the product information about the knife itself, design evolution, and so on. Okay, so let me show you the knife, and yes, we finally getting a factory Micarta version, which is probably one of the most modded Spydercos out there. There are countless iterations of this knife with different steel, different handle color materials, mostly G10, but also carbon fiber, and lots of aftermarket scales with different kinds of micarta. Okay, so let me give you the specifications. So we have it squared out. So we have a over length of 21 centimeters, that is 8.29 inches. The blade length is 9 centimeters or 3.47 inches, with a cutting edge of 8 centimeters or 3.1 inch. The blade width is 3.2 centimeters or 1.25 inches, and the blade thickness is 3.6 millimeters or 0.14 inches. The handle length is 12.2 centimeters or 4.82 inches, with a thickness of 1.1 centimeter or 0.43 inches, without the pocket clip, of course. So the Paramilitary 2 was released in 2010, so we have an 11th year of this beautiful design. On the blade we can see both makers marks of Eric and Cell Glasser, and we have Golden Colorado USA Earth and Spyderco CPM CRU-WEAR. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about the steel. I have prepared the data sheet from Crucible. So basically, not to bore you with details, but this steel was envisioned or designed as an upgrade or update to D2, which is one of the most used tool steels in the market right now regarding knives. And there is the composition right there. So we have less carbon and more chromium and vanadium. And here's the basic comparisons. Here's the CRU-WEAR and here's D2, so you have a much more toughness and wear resistance. But keep in mind, this is a carbon steel, so you have to oil it up or use your favorite anti-corrosion inhibitor like EDCI, for example, and so on. It's also has a really nice high on the Rockwell scale. So these come around 60 to 65. So yeah, and if you're interested, here's something more about the heat treatment. There's the hardness and so on. So if you like, you can check out the website. I will link it down below so you can check the steel. So definitely a really nice upgrade to the well-known D2. Okay, so let's talk about the materials. So the blade, like I mentioned, is CPM CRU-WEAR with this nice leaf shape, which is a drop point. I've modified the drop point variant. We have a generous lanyard hole, of course, sorry, opening hole, and also generous lanyard hole. The handle is made out of natural canvas micarta, this brown colored one. We have full stainless steel liners with cutouts for weight reduction. And please keep in mind that because the full liners construction, this is not compatible with aftermarket scales for Paramilitary 2. Because if you know the regular Paramilitary 2, it has nested liners. For some reason, if I'm not mistaken, they told that there were some problems of milling out so thin pieces of micarta that they would break. So they went with the full liners, and therefore it is not nested. But I saw lots and lots of aftermarket scales who are nested, and I didn't saw nobody complaining about them. So yeah, maybe they just wanted to save up on machining time. Who knows? But overall, we have open construction. The logo on this one is, of course, the beautiful compression lock from Spyderco, patented by them. The knife is really smooth. Will get even smoother while using this new one. Rides on bronze washers. We have 4-position clip construction mounting options here. The weight comes at 109.5 grams or 3.8 ounces. Let's test out the sharpness out of the box. Oh, this is really nice and sharp. I feel a little toothiness to the edge, so definitely, if you like, you can use your favorite strop and make the edge even better or smoother to cut the paper and definitely everything else, of course. Okay, now let's see the pocket profile, and I even forgot or how long it was when I had a Paramilitary 2. Definitely it's a couple of years, maybe even around 8 to 10 years since I had one here. So this is how much it will stick out. You can buy lots of aftermarket pocket clips for this one, like the Lynch clip and so on. So you can make it a deep carry, which I will probably do myself. Of course, I like to have a deep carry pocket clip on my knives. Okay, so there is literally nothing much more that I could say about the design, just that it's one of the best EDC designs out there. You have a forward finger choil, which nicely fixes your hand or your thumbs in the position this knife is used. Was designed to be used and carried, of course, and yeah, by now well known and proven design, of course. Okay, so let's see some few size comparisons, but before we are started, I would like to talk a little bit more about the Micarta. So for those of you who know, Spyderco did release in 2019, I would like to say 19, the the Shaman with a sprint run, which is this one, also with natural canvas micarta and CPM CRU-WEAR. This knife, this release was so popular that around 1 year after, they released a second run, which was with the same micarta and the Z-WEAR steel. I have that also in my collection, but this is what started the whole craze or madness about the micarta inside the Spyderco, and so they released a second model, which is the Spyderco, and this one we have a regular production, but they used I would say they used a similar micarta, but they polished it up, or maybe they used a little bit another tone, another shade of color. I know, but this was polished. On some pictures, on first production runs, it did look like the previous one on the Shaman, but for some reason they went with a more gentleman style, and they put a polished finish on it. I'm really happy that with the Paramilitary 2 they gave us just a sanded or blasted raw micarta, which will take up on some nice deep coloring while it is used. And since the Shaman Speedrun was so popular, they wanted to have another production model that is well known and accepted in the community, and that is the Paramilitary 2. So they announced at the start of the year 2021 that they will be doing the Paramilitary 2 as a regular production run, not a sprint run or a kind of special dealer exclusive, which I'm really happy and applaud and give thumbs up for Spyderco. They're doing this because lots of companies will do a really nice design, but they will make it as a dealer exclusive. So now let's see a few comparisons that I brought out from my collection. So this is the Knife Center exclusive G-Slip with the Norplex micarta. I don't know, it maybe could be the same micarta, but probably not. I don't know. It is not specified who is the supplier for Spyderco, but since this is a US based manufacturer, maybe Norplex does micarta also for them. Then let's jump to China. This is the 301 from Tucson, which up to this date is probably the nicest micarta they are using on their knives. There is a comparison. Okay, here's the CVV Elementum, also very well known and accepted design with their micarta. QSP Penguin. Here's the latest knife from Petrified Fish, the Beluga PF0901. But there you can see definitely also a nice micarta, but different. Okay, from QB I have here the Eris in brown canvas micarta. From Kaiser I have the Begleiter 2 with linen micarta. CVV rustic gent in burlap, the OG Chinese micarta, how I like to call it, on this Kaiser pinch. Deal exclusive for Bell HQ. This is the CRKT Pillar 1 with their Chinese micarta. The Bucksprint Pro with burlap micarta, also made in USA. And I have here also one of my first Striders with a aftermarket custom scale in brown linen micarta. And yeah, this is probably the one reason why I did not reacquire back the Paramilitary, because it was really similar, like to functions and feels like my Striders, and I do own a couple of them, and yeah, I was happy with my Striders. But when they announced the micarta version, I had to add one. Of course, I had to. Okay, let's continue with this is another dealer exclusive from Knife Center, their Red Model 1 in canvas micarta. This is probably redundant, but let's do also some other Spyderco. So here is the Endura, here is the Delica. By now you probably did see at some point in your life, if you are a knife enthusiast, a Paramilitary. There is a Benchmade large Reptilian. Kershaw Blur. $940 from Benchmade. And let's see also the Peanut from Rough Rider. And let's close it down with the K-Bar Dozier Folding Hunter. Okay, let's talk about the pricing. So these are priced at MSRP at $245 US. That is, of course, the MSRP price you will probably not have to pay, just because this is a production run. So if you are look on the dealers' websites, like let's say Smoky Mountain Knife Works, you can get it around $171.50. Probably the same pricing will be all over the internet, so you can definitely pick one up if you like. I don't know, probably it is one of the best combinations that I could envision, just because the CRU-WEAR is really nice steel and will hold the edge really long and has really nice features. But if you have one, let's say maybe with different scales, but with the same steel, then you can also just get aftermarket scales and make your own. But I did not have the time to do that, so, and I was really happy when they announced. I was just happy to wait. Okay, so this was the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 in canvas micarta with CRU-WEAR steel. If you have any questions, please leave comments down below. I'm more than happy to reply as soon as I can. Also, if you're a subscriber, a big thumbs up to you. Thank you very much. I always appreciate you chiming in, commenting, and leaving any kind of insight or experiences you had with the knife, with the gear, or anything. So just let me know. And with that being said, I would like to thank you for watching and wish you a wonderful day. See you soon.